So, Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested. This one, bro. This one has me up, bro. Because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Andrew Tate. And I'm a fan of Tristan Tate. And to see that these two got arrested out of nowhere, that, I ain't gonna lie, that stung. I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of people that hate Andrew Tate are gonna be in the comment section. That nigga got locked up. Whatever. But we're gonna read the report. So it says here that Tate, who has been banned from many social media platforms for misogynistic comments and hate speech, and his brother Tristan will be detained for 24 hours alongside two Romanian suspects. Prosecutors from the anti-organized crime unit said in a statement after raiding their properties in Bucharest. The Tate brothers declined to comment, but their lawyer confirmed they had been detained. The four suspects appear to have created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on a specialized website for a cost. Prosecutors said they would have gained important sums of money. Now, a lot of people think this is the nail in the coffin for Andrew Tate. And I'm going to explain why I think it's not, okay? I'm going to explain why I think it's not a nail in the coffin for Tate. The reason why I don't think it's a nail in the coffin for Tate is this. Tate has already gone into detail about the fact that he had a cam girl business. He's already gone into detail about it. He's already spoken about it. Why? And Andrew Tate is not some drill rapper. He's not like these niggas out here constantly self-snitching in songs. There's no street cred that he can gain from sitting there and saying that he trafficked women. Like, what do you gain from that? Yeah, I traffic bitches. Don't y'all respect me? Don't y'all love me? Andrew Tate has been on Fresh and Fit multiple times and has described being in charge of a cam girl company. He's described this. He's gone into detail about this. I find it ridiculous that Tate, in any capacity, would go on Fresh and Fit and talk about something that was a crime. Why would he go on Fresh and Fit and go into detail about some shit that could get him locked up for a shitload of time? They're not accusing this guy of like anything light. This is human trafficking, kidnapping, and it involves women too. And he's already accused of being a misogynist by all of the mainstream media platforms, all of the mainstream names in entertainment. They all have come together and agreed that Andrew Tate is a misogynist that needs to be done away with. Why would he go on Fresh and Fit and admit to being a criminal? I don't think that Andrew Tate in any capacity kidnapped anybody or trafficked anybody or graped anybody. I think that it's very obvious what's happening here. They're looking for something and they're trying to make it stick. Andrew Tate is a big middle finger in Romania. He is he's the kind of guy that law enforcement would be very, very, very bloodthirsty to get at. It's no different from Young Thug in Atlanta. They see Young Thug. Well, Young Thug has actually been involved in a lot of shit. Multiple people in his gang pled guilty. It's clear as day that YSL is guilty of crimes. But it's kind of the same thing with Young Thug, where you got this extremely famous person who's alleged to have been involved in crime, and you want to nab that person because of their notoriety. And it's the same thing with Andrew Tate. The problem is charges were initially dropped, but apparently the investigation was I don't know if they just restarted the investigation or whatever, but he was arrested along with Tristan for 24 hours. They're going to be searching Andrew and Tristan's home for 24 hours, which is nothing that's ever, this has happened to Andrew Tate before. Andrew Tate has been arrested. He has had his house raided in Britain before after a woman accused him of abusing her, which that charge dropped because they didn't find anything and he wasn't guilty. So it's not like this hasn't happened before. However, it begs the question, are they trying to silence him through the law? Because one of the most terrifying things is being locked away for the rest of your life on trumped up charges. Getting killed by some CIA, FBI agent, shit luck, but hey, it could be worse. You could be locked away for the rest of your life on bullshit charges. This is the worst possible outcome. I just don't see how. I just don't believe that Tate's guilty. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. Like, how many? I don't think people understand how hard it is to be a high-profile figure that's gained all of their money from criminality. It's damn near impossible in 2022. All these big drug kingpins y'all know about, they don't have any face, they don't have any name. And it's not by accident. It's not by accident that all these big-time drug dealers in Mexico don't have a face or a name in terms of social media or the public, besides El Chapo. But even still, you think these guys want to be known? No. These guys don't want to be known. None of these people who commit crime to make their millions want to be known to the public. Andrew Tate has been a public figure for a very long time. The trail just doesn't, he doesn't come across as the kind of guy that would brag about criminality for street cred. Nor does he seem like the kind of guy dumb enough to commit a crime as heinous as human trafficking and then simultaneously be on social media saying, hey, everybody, look at me. Like, I just don't see how it just doesn't line up to me. Like, when you actually look at it, when you look at his behavior, when you look at what he's done, it just doesn't scream, I'm guilty of human trafficking. Don't you guys want to come investigate and find out? No, I don't think he's guilty at all. I just don't. It just doesn't add up to me. Now, you could say, Rashad, you're being biased. I don't give a fuck. I just don't see it. Maybe I am being biased. I really don't care. Look, I'm just reporting the news, okay, with a little bit of opinion dazzled in there. Let me have my fucking opinion. Let me talk my shit, right? But yeah, I just don't see how Tate. I just don't see it. People are sitting there saying like, oh, Tate's guilty, Tate this, Tate that. I think a lot of people want Tate to be guilty because they hate his ideology. They hate the things that he says. And I get it. Tate says a lot of things that I disagree with. But in general, he's harmless. Like, if you actually listen to the guy talk and you listen to what he says, harmless. But I do believe that a lot of people are celebrating this because they hate his ideology. They hate his beliefs. And I do believe that the Romanian law enforcement is simply seeking to remind Andrew Tate, like, you don't run this country. We do. We run this country, just to remind you. And we'll bring up these charges of, trafficking and all this other shit just to fuck with you. But do I think Tristan and Andrew are genuinely guilty? No. It just doesn't add up. Why would these two become public figures despite being guilty of trafficking shitloads of women? According to Andrew Tate, they work with upwards of 40 plus women. Why would they traffic that many women and then go on the internet and say, yep, we work with X amount of women, we traffic? Like, no, they've gone way too far into detail about that lifestyle, about that job, about that business. They don't come across as people who are very braggadocious about crime. They don't glorify crime. They don't glorify a crime lifestyle. So it just doesn't make sense to me that they would be traffickers, then simultaneously become public figures and flaunt their money in cash, asking the police to come arrest them. So at the end of the day, I think the Romanian police simply want to look good. They want to look like they're up to something. And the best target is Tate. That's all it is. That's all I think it is. And at the end of the day, we all know, people who watch Tate, we all know that for the most part, he's not spewing hatred. He's not spewing anything destructive. For the most part, he's telling men to get in shape, get their life together so that they can become attractive to women. That's the majority of what he says. But it is what it is. People are going to have their own opinions. People are going to think what they're going to think. And it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.